Patty Loveless, born as Patty Loveless in the quiet hills of Pikeville, Kentucky, grew up surrounded by the raw beauty and hardship of Appalachian life. Her childhood was shaped by simple living, strong family bonds, and the ever-present sound of music drifting through the mountains. Her father's work as a coal miner and the struggles that came with it gave Patty an early understanding of resilience, while her mother nurtured her love for singing. Family gatherings often turned into informal concerts where harmonies were shared with sincerity rather than perfection. Those early moments didn't just teach her how to sing, they taught her how to feel every note. That emotional honesty would later become the hallmark of her voice, allowing listeners to hear not just a song, but a story rooted in real life and genuine experience. Dreams shaped by country legends. As a young girl, Patty found inspiration in icons like Loretta Lynn and Dolly Parton, women who rose from humble beginnings to national fame. Their journeys made her believe that her own dreams were possible. With her brother's support, she began performing at local venues and eventually traveled to Nashville, the heart of country music. Those early trips were filled with hope and uncertainty, but also moments that quietly shaped her future. Standing close to the stage at the Grand Ole Opry, she saw firsthand what it meant to belong to that world. These experiences didn't instantly launch her career, but they planted a belief deep within her that with patience and persistence she could find her place among the voices she admired. Struggles that built her strength. Patty's early adulthood was marked by both ambition and challenge. Her first marriage, formed during a time when she was still finding her identity, brought valuable lessons but also emotional strain. Life on the road, financial uncertainty, and the pressures of building a career made those years difficult. When the relationship ended, she returned to Kentucky, carrying both disappointment and determination. Instead of giving up, she used that time to reflect and rebuild. Those experiences would later influence the emotional depth in her music. Every heartbreak, every setback added another layer to her storytelling. When she returned to Nashville, she did so with a clearer sense of purpose, ready to pursue her dream with renewed focus and resilience. Finding her voice in Nashville. By the mid-1980s, Patty Loveless began to gain recognition in Nashville. Signing with a major label marked a turning point, but it was her voice that truly set her apart. Songs like If My Heart Had Windows and Timber, I'm Falling in Love introduced audiences to a singer who could balance strength with vulnerability. Her style aligned with the neo-traditional country movement, bringing the genre back to its roots. Listeners were drawn to the authenticity in her delivery. She didn't just perform songs, she lived them. This period was not just about success, but about establishing an identity that felt true to who she was. She wasn't chasing trends, she was honoring the sounds and stories that had shaped her from the very beginning. The peak of artistic brilliance. The 1990s became the defining decade of Patty's career. Albums released during this time showcased her ability to connect deeply with listeners through emotion and storytelling. Songs about love, loss, and resilience resonated across generations. What made her stand out wasn't just technical skill, but her ability to make each lyric feel personal. She had a rare gift, turning universal experiences into intimate moments through her voice. Critics and fans alike recognized her as one of the most genuine voices in country music. During this time, her collaborations and performances reached new heights, solidifying her place as an artist who could bridge tradition and contemporary sound without losing authenticity. A partnership that changed everything. Patty's life took a meaningful turn when she met Emory Gordy Jr. Their connection went beyond professional collaboration. It was built on understanding and shared passion. As a producer, he recognized the depth of her voice and helped shape the sound that defined her most successful years. As a partner, he provided stability and support that allowed her to thrive both personally and artistically. Their marriage marked a period of balance and creative growth. Together, they crafted music that felt timeless, blending rich instrumentation with heartfelt storytelling. This partnership became one of the strongest foundations in her life, giving her the confidence to explore new artistic directions while staying grounded in her roots. Returning to her Appalachian roots, even at the height of her success, Patti never lost touch with where she came from. Her later work reflected a deep return to her Appalachian heritage, embracing bluegrass influences and traditional sounds. These projects were not about commercial success, but about artistic fulfillment. They allowed her to reconnect with the music that first inspired her as a child. The simplicity and sincerity of these songs resonated deeply with audiences, reminding them of the timeless beauty of traditional country music. Through this phase, Patti proved that staying true to one's roots can be just as powerful as evolving with the times. Her music became a bridge between generations, honoring the past while still feeling relevant in the present. A friendship built on music and trust among the many relationships in her life, her bond with Vince Gill stands out as something truly special. Their collaborations were marked by effortless harmony and emotional connection. When they sang together, it felt natural, as if their voices were meant to intertwine. Over time, their professional partnership grew into a deep friendship rooted in mutual respect. Patti has often spoken about how Vince encouraged her to trust her instincts and sing from the heart. His quiet support and genuine kindness made a lasting impact on her life. In an industry that can often feel competitive, their relationship remained grounded in authenticity and shared love for music. Moments that define a lifetime. One of the most memorable moments in their shared journey came during a deeply emotional performance that touched audiences everywhere. It was a reminder of how powerful music can be when it comes from a place of sincerity. Patti has reflected on how those moments were unplanned. They simply happened, guided by emotion and connection. These experiences reinforced her belief that music is more than entertainment. It's a form of healing and expression. Throughout her career, moments like these have defined her legacy, showing that the most powerful performances are often the ones that come straight from the heart. A legacy of grace and authenticity. Today, Patti Loveless is remembered not just for her success, but for her authenticity. She chose to step back from the spotlight on her own terms, focusing on peace, family, and the life she built beyond the stage. Yet her influence remains strong, inspiring both fans and fellow artists. Her story is one of perseverance, growth, and staying true to oneself. Through her music and her relationships, she has shown that real success isn't measured only by awards or recognition, but by the impact you leave on others. In sharing her reflections, especially about those who stood beside her along the way, she reminds us that the heart of music lies in connection, honesty, and the quiet strength of genuine human bonds.